Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hotep to the family. Um, Ram Hotep, broadcasting on behalf of 13signastrology.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. On this episode, I'm going to talk about a few things. But one of the first things I want to really talk about is like what's been the hold up on these videos, man. That's mainly what I want to address, and then I'm going to kind of like use this as an introduction to kind of get into talking about Belzoni'S chamber, because I think this is a good intro, because that's kind of like what's been going on with me is that I've been trying to design this astral pyramid that I've been telling you guys about, and it's been pretty challenging. So pretty much what's been going on with the videos, man, is just like I'm doing this real big ritual, you guys, like a real big ritual, and I really want to make, like, I got like probably 300 videos already prepared to do, but I'm doing this ritual, and I got to a point in this ritual where I passed the part of my ritual, but when I passed the part of my ritual, I got caught up into some opposition, and I made a video about this, and actually when I made the video about this, I was attacked. I'm not going to go into like everything on this video, but I'll just say like I was attacked, and I'm okay. I mean, I survived, you know what I'm saying? I'm a soldier and a survivor, and I try to be a spiritual warrior, so yeah, I'm okay, and I made it through it and everything. But that's pretty much been the hold up. So like, I haven't really been able to make a lot of videos because even before I was attacked, I've been doing a lot of community activism in my community, and I'm getting a lot of opposition from that, especially in my local community. Like, actually right now I'm traveling, I'm on the road, and I'm going to try to see if I can upload this. If you guys see it, then I mean it worked. If not, then whatever. But I'm on the road, so doing a little bit of traveling and stuff like that, so I'm going to try to go ahead and put it up. But yeah, just designing this astral pyramid that I've been telling you guys about. For those of you that don't know, check out my old videos I did on the astral pyramid. You can just search it on YouTube, put in astral pyramid 13 signs astrology, it should come up. And I go into the astral pyramid and talking about how the ancients, the pyramids were more than what you think they were. There was an astral version of the pyramid, and then there was a physical version of the pyramid. Every pyramid has an astral and a physical version of it. And within that pyramid, though, is a form of technology, and that's what people don't realize. Like, the pyramids were more than just buildings. The pyramids were similar to satellites, or even cell phone towers, let's just say it like that. That's one aspect of it. I mean, the pyramids had they were multi-dimensional, so they had multiple aspects. Like, it was a landing pad on one level. It was a place you could go get food, you know what I'm saying, on one level. It was a place you could go meditate on another level. They had chambers in the pyramids, but then they also have a lot of technology in the pyramids, and that's the part that they keep a secret, even to this day. The ancient Egyptians had helicopters, that's right, and they got this from the ancient Atlanteans, and I'm gonna do many videos talking about this. This is just the intro, but they got this from the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians had helicopters, the ancient Egyptians had Wi-Fi, the ancient Egyptians had devices similar to cell phones to be able to talk to people on. And what happened was that when the first Europeans and some of the Moors even went over into Kemet to I guess you could say, they call it to exactivate or to grave rob the pyramids, or to figure out what these pharaohs was into. They found all kind of shit in there, but they didn't tell you about the shit they found. They told you about the shit that wasn't really amazing, like the crystals and, you know, stuff that you can get now. But they really didn't tell you about what was going on inside of the pyramids, the technology that they found. And a lot of the stuff that we have now, like the internet, was designed off of the pyramids. And that's what I'm going to go into, like, as we, you know, go into this. But so I talked about the astral pyramid and things of that nature. But now I'm going to go into Belzoni'S chamber. See, Belzoni'S chamber was similar to a cell phone. Belzoni'S chamber was kind of like, it was similar actually to, not a cell phone, excuse me. It was similar to a communication system. And basically what happened with Belzoni'S chamber is that when you think about like the company like AT&T, and you think about companies like Verizon Wireless, but really AT&T. When you think about AT&T and how old that company is, and they call it, and they used to be called Bell South. It was different branches of it: Eastern Bell Company, the Southern Bell Company, and all of that. All of that is actually a prototype of Belzoni'S chamber. We used to, before we had these cell phones, we talked on the phone through lines, like landlines. Like, you know, there were lines that connected us so we could talk. And that's basically what an aspect of what Belzoni'S chamber is, but it's deeper than that. So Belzoni'S chamber is kind of like a time machine. It's kind of like getting into a time machine. So like if you were to get into a time machine, you would be able to go, you know, back and forth in time, you know, past, present, and future type of thing. Just like on a cell phone, if I call somebody in China right now, I'm going to be calling them in the future, according to their time. If they look at their time and compare it to my time, that's the future, no matter how you look at it. Yeah, I'm talking to them, and you say, well, everything is the now, but the now is not. See, the now is not what you think it is. The now is not the present. When people say, yeah, we got to live in the now, they thinking about the present. And the now is a compilation of past, present, and future. If I call somebody in California right now, I'm going to be calling them in the past based on my time zone. And that's what Belzoni'S chamber is. The only difference is that instead of having a cell phone to call somebody, it might be hard to believe this, the ancient Egyptians were able to transport their body, their belongings, and everything to different time zones. And to be able to physically experience sensations. That's right, I said sensations, meaning physical sensations in future time zones, and come back and forth for time. So they had to basically form what's called like an equilibrium, or some point where it was a zero time, and that's what the Belzoni'S chamber represented, the zero time pointer. That was kind of like Earthlink. For you guys that are into the internet and techies and stuff, you know what Earthlink does. So Earthlink is like the underground version of the internet, right? So Belzoni'S chamber was like that. So that's what the ancient Egyptians designed, but they figured out a way to do this without using wires and things of that nature. So that's what I've been working on myself personally, but I've been taking this to a deeper level. You see, like the internet, there's different versions of the internet. You have internet 1, you got internet 2, you got all these different versions of the internet, right? And basically, if I'm using the internet, say for instance, with my cell phone versus using the internet with my computer, I'm technically on a different gig. I'm technically on a different version of the internet. So what I've been teaching people to do in these classes and stuff like that with Belzoni'S chamber is that I'm teaching you how to link sovereignty, all the stuff you learn about sovereignty, your social security number, how you can get all this money, how it's all this gold associated with social security and all of this. You could do all of this. However, you have to design Belzoni'S chamber if you want to do it and live. And that's right. I say if you want to do it and live. The reason why I say if you want to do it and live is because it is. Once you do this and get in tune with this, they're gonna try to kill you. I mean, they've tried to kill me several times, like since the last videos you've seen. That's why I haven't been making a lot of videos. Since I started teaching on this, these motherfuckers like sending out extraterrestrial type of beings or extraterrestrial type of rays and beaming this shit into people that match the frequency, and they're turning these people into my enemies because of this chamber, because they know once I'm finished designing it, there will be no need for a lot of the technical devices we have. There will be no need for a lot of the current world rulers and types of rulers that we have. There will be no need for fiat notes. The world will be back on a commodity standard. Yes, this small man right here has a plan, working with some other people that's helping me. You know what I'm saying? Like, of all races too. So it ain't like I'm on no racist kick or nothing like that. And of all sexes, if you want to use the term sex or genders, including transgender as well as heterosexual, including male and female. So once I should say, finish doing this, it's gonna like eliminate. And once I get this plan, I mean, I might not live to see it. Just like George Washington Carver didn't get a chance to see how far the peanut went and how many things you could do with the peanut, but it doesn't take away from what he did. So I might not live to see everything, but that's basically what I'm designing. So what I want to do is that I want to kind of work on like a video book. So these next videos will be kind of like a book, and this is the intro. And I'm just going to be dropping bombs on the Astral Pyramid, sovereignty, what's going on with this wall, and the economic government shutdown is taking place. Why it's happening? It's happening because of this Astral Pyramid that I'm telling you about. I'm not the Messiah. I'm not saying I'm somebody great or anything like that, but I have a black print / blueprint in my head / red print even in my head. And once all of this is put together, and once this pyramid is designed on an astral level, notice I said it's called the Astral Pyramid. Everybody, you know, that supports me, and you guys know I have a lot of subscribers and followers, will be able to benefit from it. Everybody that supports me will be able to benefit from it. I started it in the community. It's a lot of opposition. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to go with it, but I plan on definitely making it big. I mean, because the ancient Atlanteans, the ancient Egyptians, they had like inventions in their head that if we were to use right now, we wouldn't be on this type of level that we're on right now. Like, we can control this weather. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can control the elements and how they move. But the thing is that in order to really get in tune with Belzoni'S chamber and get in tune with the time traveling aspect and all of that, you have to like begin to like really eat healthy. You have to begin to learn how to like work with your body. It's more than just eating healthy too. Like, you got to put your body up under certain conditions, whether they be cold conditions, hot conditions, certain climate conditions. You got to go to certain areas where your body weight may change, and you're gonna have to learn how to like connect your body to different geographical points, so that when you go back to your Belzoni'S chamber, which is your 0 time reference, because remember I told you Belzoni'S chamber is astral, meaning that you can connect and go anywhere through it, but you got to go back to that 0 point reference. If you don't go back to that 0 point reference, or you don't have a 0 point reference, you will get stuck in time, in past, present, or future. And that's what's wrong with the world right now, because we are stuck in time. See, the earth is shifted. It shifted in 2013, in 2014. It really did. And those of us that are alive right now, we are in like a time warp. We're stuck in like a time block. And basically, we're stuck in past, present, and future. And the only way for us to be able to really get out of it is to ground with Belzoni'S chamber. And that's what I'm going to really be going into. There's certain crystals that we're going to need. The obsidian, hematite, the magnetite. We're going to need certain crystals, because we have to ground now, because guess what, y'all? The earth is going to shift again in a few more years. And that's why I got to come out with these 300 videos, because the earth is going to shift. And every time the earth shifts, somebody has to kind of come and get people prepared. So the stuff that I'm going to be talking about over these next few months is going to be straight up dealing with the Astral Pyramid. Your 0 time reference, which is Belzoni'S chamber. You have to get grounded. Once you get yourself grounded with your 0 time reference, you're going to begin to connect with certain numbers. Once you connect with certain numbers, this is your portal. This is how you get out. These numbers are going to lead you. You're going to start following these numbers, right? And they kind of call this walking the gates in the Necronomicon, but it's deeper than that. This is a science that I've, was able to rediscover that the ancient Egyptians used. So once you get into these numbers and you start following these numbers, like say for instance Belzoni'S chamber. Let's just use that for an example. I'll use this example and I'm going to go ahead and shut down, because this is very important about the numbers. Belzoni'S chamber vibrates to the 0, actually, to the number 0, into the number 11, into the number 22, into the number 33, into the number 44, 55, and it stops at 55. It offsets at 55. See, Belzoni'S chamber, it vibrates to a 0 because it's a form of an offset, meaning that it's a way that an offset is kind of like a way that you teleport. I'm talking about like in metaphysics. I mean, I'm not talking about like I know people use the term offset in the hood and shit like that. I'm not talking about that. But in metaphysics, the term offset would be used to mean is a form. It's like a launching pad or a way that you would teleport out, and it vibrates to the number 0. So this is your 0. So when you talk about 0 point, like when you hear Greg Bratton and those teachers in metaphysics talk about 0, I believe his name is Greg Bratton. Excuse me if I'm messing your name up, brother. Really like your work. But he talks about in the holographic universe, I believe the book is called, he talks about 0 point. And when he talks about 0 point, that's Belzoni'S chamber. I don't know if he realizes that, but that's literally Belzoni'S chamber. And from 0 point, this is how you teleport out. See, it has to happen from 0 point. Now, when you in 0 point and when you in your meditations in 0 point, certain numbers are gonna come to you. It has to happen. I don't care if you just say, for instance, if you don't even know how to meditate, and you decide to make your Belzoni'S chamber your basement. The time that you decide that, that's the first number that you use. So you look at your clock, and I know you like, basement, what are you talking about? You didn't tell us that that's where Belzoni'S chamber, or we can design and put a version of Belzoni'S chamber in our basement. If you keep following the videos, I'm going to go into all of it. I'm going to go into like how you design your altar and all of that, because you have to have a portal or a way out. That's what the pyramids work. But I'm just giving you an example, because those of you that are creative, you might want to start this now. You might see where I'm going mentally and start working with this now. So like the time that you go in there, right? So say for instance you in there at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's it. That's your number. 5 o'clock is your number. So from there, you know what I'm saying, you got to take off with the number 5. You have to work rituals with the number 5. You have to basically connect the outside world via the number 5 to your chamber, which is Belzoni'S chamber. Once you do this, things are going to start to happen to you. You're going to start to write a script predicated upon the number 5, and things are going to start to happen to you based on the number 5. So that's what Belzoni'S chamber is about. Now, once you do that, you get your numbers and things of that nature, you're going to begin to physically go to places that connect with your Belzoni'S chamber, wherever you decide that that's at. You're going to go to places that physically connect with that. And what you're going to do is that you're going to leave. They call it in the Bible, like in the last days, they talked about these witnesses or these angels that would come back. And they said they would leave leaflets. That's what they call them, leaflets. Well, leaflets is a form of anything, a commodity to you. Something that you want to leave in that area as a leaflet, so that you can connect. So when you come back to your Belzoni'S chamber, and you do your meditation the next day, now you're not just at your 0 point in Belzoni'S chamber. Like you're not just in your basement or your bedroom or wherever you decide that it's at. You're now open up to the different places that you left leaflets at. This is deep. This is judgment. It's called Judgment Day, actually. I'm gonna take you real deep into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. My ride is here, and I gotta get valet somewhere. I'm gonna get back with you on part 2. I thank you guys for listening and watching. Until we meet again, Hotep.